I'm going to tell you today how I survived the worst day of my life, and you can do it too. I'll tell you how to do it. Before I begin my little story, I'll just let you know I've had a very busy week. I have had I've had my beginnings of learning how to groom my own dog. And well, she's not sure that's what I did, but she looks better. And I've worked in my garden a lot this week. But I was asking the Lord, what should I talk to you about today? Because I wanted it to be something special and something worth your while. And surviving the worst day of your life, that would be worth your while, wouldn't it? The worst day of my life involved a casket, and it involved my child. My son was just 18 years old, and he was such an outstanding young man. He had been written up in the who's who and in American high schools, and in just a short month or two, he'd be off to college pursuing his what his desire that he thought God wanted him to do, and that was to become a missionary. And we were so happy for him about getting to do all this, and he was meeting with some kids for a party, after school party, and he was talking on his phone, trying to communicate with them because he was kind of lost and was confused for sure where he was. And during that time, he was hit by a train. And some people said that the crossing things were lit up and were starting to come down. Other people said it never lit up and there was no sign that there was a train coming. It just came. And so he was in a coma. Well, how we found out is the police called us and told us that we needed to get to the hospital right away. It was very important, and it involved our son. And when we got there, my husband had gone separately from me. And when I got there, he told me, Carol, they don't think he's going to live. Well, I had lost only in my lifetime, my short young life at that time, I'd only lost one person that I really loved, and that was my grandmother, who was everything to me. She was everything to me. But there's nothing like being told your son's going to die. And I thought my heart would actually break inside my body. I cried and I wailed and I asked the Lord, please, 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 please don't let him die. Please don't let him die. I screamed and I cried and I screamed and I cried. And before we knew it, the hospital was full of, the whole floor was packed that he was on, of people coming to pray for my son to live. And he lived a day or two in a coma, and with them telling us he wasn't going to survive it. And then a very dear friend in the ministry, his name is Dave Hardy. I will never forget the night he came in and he said, I want to pray with you. He said, let's step out into the stairwell and let's talk about this. When we got out into the stairwell, he said, I want you to promise me before I will pray with you that you'll tell the Lord whatever is his perfect will, that you'll abide by it. And oh, that's a hard thing to agree to. I still wanted my son. And so I said, okay, I will. I agreed to it. And as soon as he finished praying and we finished praying, I knew in my heart it was not God's will. It was not God's will. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be crying. It was not God's will. It was not. I knew it was not God's will. And very shortly after that, the angels came and took him to Jesus. People say, I've been told by many people, pastors and other people, that that my husband and my children, my two living children, that we were a testament, and that we were a encouragement to people in the Lord, letting them know it was okay. God had had his will and God had spoken. So what I wanted you to watch the video for is, I want to pass that on to you, how we survived that. It was only when we said, your will be done, not ours. We accept your will, Lord, and we will honor whatever you choose and whatever you decide. If you will do that, no matter what you're going through, it says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord and to them that who are called according to his purpose. If you love the Lord, you can hold on to that verse and you can get through anything. You can get through anything. And Satan kills and destroys. That's what he's on the earth. That's his main thing he does. And in Genesis 50:19, Joseph said to his own brothers who had sold him into slavery, but as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it for good. So no matter what happens, God will use it for good in your life. You just turn your heart over to him and say, whatever you will, Lord, I accept, I will agree to it, I will live by it. We want your perfect will in all things, dear God. And he will do that. And that's the way to survive the worst day of your life. I want you to know that I love you so much. That's why I try to bring things to you that I think might help you. Maybe you could tell me about things that God has done for you and helped you survive. But I love you, but God